Evening, guys. Mic check, mic check. It's our first live stream in a little while. Yeah, I thought it'd be a fun idea to start doing these again. I think for this one, we're not gonna do too much development, like too much scripting or anything. I wanna just go through like some of the recent changes made. So we'll just do some we'll keep it light. We're not gonna be like, or we are gonna be banging away a little bit at some scripting at some point. There's a function here that I want to improve, specifically like when you're carrying like a fallen soldier, like a wounded guy. I want like when you put him down, I want that to be a bit smoother. So yeah, we're gonna be working at that. Um, but before then, I just want to go through like here's the change log. I just want to go through some of the stuff that we've done recently. Uh, like it's been a lot of scripting recently, and it's nice just to like take a breath and look back. So yeah, I guess we'll hop in and have some fun. What do we have to do first? I like I'm a bit brain dead, so I have to like constantly remind myself of what to do. So MP missions, we got our little thing in there. Let's just boot our server up. I use this little batch file. It's super easy. It's just like literally just a batch file. If anyone is interested to know more. Also, here's a little like pro tip. Chuck this in your launch options or like startup parameters for your server just to see. Yeah, I think it might improve network traffic a little better, but I don't know. Anyways, let's boot it up. Here's the headless clients that I was testing with. These four bad boys right here. I was using these to test running headless clients and running like multiple headless clients and like working on headless client like AI offload distribution type stuff. It was pretty cool. That was like a fun system to work on because it was easy to like see the things happening. All right, I think the server's probably up by now. So we'll hop in. I actually have no like I don't have any notes or anything for I don't really do notes for live streams. Um but I have like, we have like the change log right there so I can see if I run out of like thoughts on one particular change, then we just rattle off to the next one. As you guys might know, I think Tanoa is like the best terrain in Arma, so I chose to make this like the home terrain. So I do all my stuff in Tanoa because I figure like if you can make spawning systems and procedural spawning systems work here, like in dense jungle like this, then you can make them work like on Altus, which is like this. So Tanoa is like a good test terrain for a lot of AI related stuff and a lot of like spawning and mission spawning stuff. All right, so I think everything's booted up. I guess we'll start off first with like the most recent one. I did another video about this. It's like the inventory editor system. So we'll have a look. We'll have a look and see what we can see over here. Yeah. So what this system was, and we'll refer back to the changelog regularly. So this is like the most recent one, 135 released 26th of November, a couple days ago. So yeah, here we just added. It's not adding it like the inventory edit thing has been in for a while. But I couldn't figure out a better way to write like the introduction of save and load. This isn't my idea. Like people have been requesting that I add this feature, And also, awesome community shout out to Stray Gaming. They did it first, and then other people in other communities played there, saw how awesome it was, and then started like asking me to do something similar. So yeah, shout out to Stray Gaming for being awesome and doing a lot of really cool stuff. You should definitely, if you play, like they're probably one of the best servers for sure. Anyway, so we got our inventory edit thing, and historically, like it's a bit slow and clunky, and then like you have to constantly add new stuff. But we changed it a bit, so now when you open here, it opens like a little cool menu. This thing like it shows here like I didn't explain this well in the first video I did on this system. And it shouldn't need explaining. Like if I need to explain, the way I see it is if I need to explain a feature, then it's a poorly implemented or designed feature. So what this inventory menu is pretty self-explanatory. Like you get a certain number of saves. I think it's like 10 for regular players, and then like if you donate to the server or whatever, then like once you're in that whitelist slot, you get like an extra 10 save slots. Something cool, and it also helps like because these lists can get quite massive, so you can actually damage your like local save file by adding too many. So it makes sense to limit it somewhat. Just have a cup of tea here. So yeah, what this list is like, what I'm pointing at here is like the 800. That might not be too intuitive, but the 800 is like the weight, like the load mass, I guess you call it the mass of this save right here. And when I open this, like, so we're looking at like a cargo net here, and there's no real way in vanilla to know like the mass. Also, I love doing like live streams because there's no like, I don't feel pressured to fit everything into like 5-10 minutes or whatever. Anyways, so yeah, there's no way to know like the mass or load that this thing can take, aside from, I think if you go like the vanilla inventory thing, like see this bar right here, I think this is an approximation of like the fullness of that crate. So there is a way to see how full it is. But it's not very clear, like it just doesn't give much info. So you open this, and down the bottom here is this box here. So it's a cargo net, and it's 12,000 out of 22,000 is what it's loaded to at the moment. So this save right here, this save is only 800. What that means is this save here will have no problem loading into this 22,000. So first I want to save what we got here. So we'll go like cargo net 1, and I'll save it. That adds it. It's also like it goes descending order, so like the lightest weight one is at the top, and then it just gets progressively, under the assumption that you're gonna more frequently want like the smaller ones. So yeah, our current like 12,286 mass is now saved as cargo net 1. But say I want to put like something smaller in here, so like basic ammo. So you just like select it, and pretty much like, so what do we want to put in here? We want to load. So we want to load basic ammo 2. Just click basic ammo 2, and hit the load button here. And then, yeah, this is the basic ammo 2 ammo list. Now if I come over here to like this smaller supply net, you see like, so yeah, this one's grayed out, like it's hard to see on this background. But see how like the cargo net 1 is like grayed out? This is because it's just too heavy for like 12,000, and then this supply box can take 4,000. So I'll try to load it, and it'll pop up on the screen. Inventory would be overloaded. Um, so yeah, I think it's like I think it's got all the features that you need, and like y- it's got like a character limit on like the save names. It comes up character limit 25. I don't know. You can make this more if you want. 25 is just like something reasonable, I guess. Um, and then if you want to delete one, like pick one of these. So saved inventory 2. It looks like these are duplicates, exact same weight. Saved inventory 2, just, delete that. And then say we want to edit. This is probably the most, how do you call it? Like like this menu took some time to do, but probably what took more time was making this menu work properly. This was an absolute pain in the ass to make work properly. I don't know why, it just is. And it also it actually doesn't work on Livonia, like the contact DLC terrain for some reason. I haven't even tried to start debugging that yet. But in the vanilla version of this menu, this is like a vanilla Zeus menu. Like if I go into Zeus and like I spawn like a box, like this menu is originally pulled from like, say I put like a basic ammo down, it comes up with this menu automatically. That's where this menu itself came from. But I saw this menu here and was like, hey, like this is a cool inventory editor. So long ago we stole that menu and made it able for players to access it. But it never really worked properly. Like this bar is really stupid at the bottom. Like it would show like this box, if we go here, like, so what is it? B CargoNet. Let's go to the config editor. So this box has like a set number of items that can be put in it. So where is it? B cargo. There it is. B CargoNet. So if we go down the config list here, it's got like a list of, or a limit of backpacks you can put in it, a limit of magazines, and then a limit of weapons. So this is how like, so when you're editing this thing and you're like adding backpacks, it might even still do that. So it'll go to like 12. No, so it'll go to 10. How stupid it is. That doesn't function. Yeah, so this little bar down here would indicate how many like of the backpacks out of 10 you have, or 12 or whatever, which is really stupid. Like for my uses, I just wanted to show like how full the box is. So we changed it. We like overhauled this menu. Like a lot of stuff had to get removed. Like I removed all like the enemy gear, enemy backpacks, like respawn backpacks. I think they're all gone. I hope they're all gone. That was a pain. Like it was just a massive pain in the ass. I'm not sure why these sports backpacks are here, but whatever. So yeah, making this menu here work was like a pretty massive job, but somehow like the stars aligned and we were able to do it. That was pretty cool. So this bar down the bottom now correctly shows like how full the box is. Filling with PCMLs now. So we're just gonna keep spamming. What else is heavy? I know backpacks are heavy, but like maybe Navid magazines are heavy. So it'll go like, I'm trying to fill it as fast as I can, but I can't click that fast. I just want to show you what it's like when it's like fullish. I probably should have picked a different crate for demonstrating this. Let's go back to PCML launchers. It's quicker. Okay, so I've hit the max for like PCML launchers apparently. So there's still like some behemoth scripting going on behind the scenes. It's really stupid. So we will just have to do like lots of... Oh, okay, so I'm hitting some maximums here, which is pretty stupid. I can't put any more of those. Yeah, we're getting like uh interrupted here by Bohemia stuff. Anyway, so it would go like the bar will like show red, like it'll show red when you get too full. This is really frustrating. I guess I can like the stupid thing is like you can erase or you can delete like pistol mags, like pistol ammo, and then like add more Navid ammo. So it never really properly tracked like the loading of the box or how full you loaded the box. Because obviously like these things are way heavier. But this system by default would like treat them as the same. So it was pretty dumb. But what can you do? I'm trying desperately to like get this box full. It's so hard. I wonder, does this count as a magazine? No, I don't think it does it? Yeah, it does. I'm not gonna get there. It's just too far. This little bit is like 1,000. It's like a supply box right here. Yeah, can't get there. Nope. No, we're stuck. Whatever. Anyway, yeah, so that's this like inventory edit and load system. It's got everything we need, I think. I can like clear out everything here. And there's like a cooldown, so you can't spam it. Just to yeah, yeah, it's a really cool system. I'm really, I don't want to say proud because that's an odd word to use, but it took a lot of effort to make it work. What else? Oh yeah, something cool I saw. I want to like elaborate on. So it's like an inadvertent cool thing that this framework can do. Here's like the default like Emmet trucks out here, like the logistics trucks, and like we'll take the repair truck as an example. The Hemet repair. This is the Hemet repair. But now with like the flatbed trucks, they added a little like a year or two ago. Like these flatbed trucks. See, this truck is fixed. It can only ever be a repair truck. But with the flatbed truck, you can actually just come by. Just sort of mute, sort of. You can actually come by with like a flatbed truck, and then like we have, what are they? Which is the ammo one? That's another pet peeve of mine is you can't tell these Huron containers apart. One's got a shovel on the side. There it is. Okay, so this is like the repair box. So I just go like load cargo. There, we've just created a Hemet repair. Like this vehicle here is now functionally identical to this vehicle here. But this one is so much more versatile. So like if I don't want to use it as like a Hemet or a repair truck anymore, I just unload it and then like say it's time to use it as a fuel truck. Easy peasy. Like now you just hop over here, load it up, and now we have a repair truck. So I don't know. I want to make use of this coolness somehow. I'm not quite sure yet. But I have like half a mind just to like get rid of these things from the framework. Like so just get rid of these like static fixed Emmets and instead move everything over to just like a bunch of like instead of having all these guys lined up, for instance. Like what if we just have like you know, so you have like obviously not here on the far side of the airfield, but I'm just like presenting an idea. So what if we have like just a bunch of Hemets at base or whatever, and then like a bunch of where's the fuel one? Oh, it's attached. unload it. And then like a bunch of logistics boxes at base. So now like these helmets can be like ammo helmets, that can be fuel, it can be repair. It's just a lot of versatility in that, instead of like the fixed set vehicles. Obviously this one, like this one's like a nice model, like it looks pretty cool for a helmet. So, you know, pros and cons, but I think this style thing is much more interesting and versatile. Yeah, that's just like a thought in my mind. Anyways. What else did we do? So that's the inventory save load. A very cool feature, not my idea. Um, but nevertheless, I think people who use this update, or who use this framework for this update and beyond, will be happy with it. So what's next? We'll go back to our to-do list. Oh yeah, I can go over like little ones too. Like this is a pretty cool little one. For a long time, when you're Zeus and you like remote control a unit, so I'll put down like just a rifleman. So if you're Zeus and like you remote control a unit, you weren't able to like jump over things, and you weren't able to holster your weapon. So it was super vanilla, but I made some changes to allow, like, this is a remote controlled unit, and now you can just like press 4 to holster your weapon, and also you can jump. And I'm not sure if people know this, because we didn't add this feature until like not too long ago, but I'm trying to kill this guy. There we go. That's numpad 9, I think, for putting units down. Setting them unconscious, I mean. So where are we? We'll move our guy that we just... Actually, that's not a medic. I'll put down a medic over here. Combat lifesaver, that's the one. Combat lifesaver. So let's go into him. I'm not sure if people know this. But yeah, so like you're Zeus on a server. And say there's like players who are down. Instead of like God reviving them, you can just spawn in a medic. And now you can like... Now he looks and walks and jumps and holsters his weapon, just like a player. And he can also come up and revive players who are down. So it's like a more immersion-friendly way of like reviving people, instead of just doing like the where are we? So you can put like the ammo bearer guy. Instead of just doing like the what's actually the God revive button? I forget. Numpad 7. Yeah, so normally if like a guy goes down, you can just do, you can select him and do like numpad 7, and it'll like show in the chat that he's been revived and everything. But if you don't want to do that, you can just like remote control a medic, or just like so we'll put a guy, no, that's not it. We'll put a guy down, and we can just put a medic down, and he should, might take a second or a minute or longer. I'm not sure. I think his health has to be down or something. Oh, that's unfortunate. He's supposed to run over and revive. I think maybe it's like group related, so you know, like put down a group and then like put this guy's down, and now there's like a medic over here. But this medic's gonna spring into action and go over and revive his buddy. And like say this guy over here gets hurt like badly, the medic will run over and render assistance. So these are, I don't know, I think they're pretty cool. Cool little Zeus aids. Yeah, so he can holster his weapon and he can jump, among other things. Oh, here's another cool one. Yeah, this is like, I don't know why it took so long for me to think of this. Like if I'd thought of it before, I would have put it in immediately, but I just never thought of it. I don't know, stupid. Okay, so basically what this is like, you know, you can garrison, so you put down like a squad. So this is a good building, lots of spots. So you put down a squad, press numpad 1, will garrison them all in the building. But now they're stuck, so now like they'll never walk again. Like they'll never, like we fixed their feet in one spot. So we put in something to allow them to walk again, basically. Like we'll take this guy, we'll select him, and then we'll hit numpad 1 again, and now he is able to move. We can do that to all of them. So like, actually I think we have to do all except for that guy. So now we do it to everybody, and they can all walk now. Let this guy walk again. I'm not sure why this guy's not walking yet. Oh, stupid. So let this guy walk again. Yeah, so yeah, you can like garrison guys in buildings, and then have them like, or have a couple of them like start moving around, just with like numpad 1. So yeah, that's a really, I like it, and I'm shocked that I never thought of it earlier. Zeus, another Zeus one. Sort of like I'm sort of shifting focus from like sort of the main game modes that we've done. Obviously, there's improvements that we can do, but people like what they like, and yeah, I don't want to make too many fundamental changes. I have a couple more tweaks I want to make to classic mode. Obviously, people want more objectives, but that's easier said than done. Like maybe other people can create objectives now. But there are a couple tweaks I want to do to classic to make it able to select like randomized positions. So that's something I'm gonna work on eventually. What were we looking at? Ah, yeah, Zeus. So this one right here, Zeus AI suppressive fire. The problem with like Zeus suppressive fire before, and it wasn't really a problem, but like if you had a squad like up on the hill, where are we? Auto rifleman. Also, I gave like NATO auto rifleman more interesting guns instead of just that stupid like MX 100 round thing. So I gave them more interesting guns with Zeus. And the problem with suppressive fire before was that if they didn't have a target, they wouldn't shoot. And like the idea of suppressive fire, in my opinion, is that you don't need a target to shoot. So I changed suppressive fire to allow them to shoot even without a target. The one caveat is like their gun needs to be up. So obviously they're standing like this, like shooting doesn't do anything. How can I demonstrate this? I want to give them like a little target here. So I'll put like a target over here and I'll have them run back and forth. Hopefully these guys see him, like maybe sometime. So hopefully they see him. Come on, notice him, please. We'll bring him up here first. There he goes. Okay, so they see him. So we're gonna put him back here, just so they can catch a glimpse of him. Just want them to see him. Okay. Okay, so they see him now, but they don't have necessarily a target. So what I've done is give them, if I go numpad 6 now, Okay, that didn't work. Oops. Okay, numpad 6. Okay, there we go. He's shooting. So now he's just like suppressing the area. Yeah, so this is what I've done. It's not a very good example. Um, like we can do it better so that they all shoot at the same time. I just gotta figure it. Okay, that guy really likes shooting, but the others don't. So I'm gonna spawn another group. Just a rifle team. Stand up. Good thing. What do you call it? Skill. I want their guns to be up. That's a problem. Okay, their guns are up now. Now we just go like numpad 6. And this guy is just shooting. He's just shooting. He's just suppressing like whatever he was aiming at. We can do it again in like a better spot. So instead of having like a target, target's not a bad thing. We need like a backdrop so their bullets don't like fly wherever. Where can we go? We'll just go right here. I like doing this with auto riflemen. Alright, so here's our group. We will put them into combat so their guns go up. And now we'll just numpad 6. See, they're just shooting. Yeah, how cool is that? Like that is some effing awesome suppressive fire. They don't really have a target, they're just suppressing. If you give them a target though, like you know how infantry, like auto riflemen, they don't engage like ifrits or like armored vehicles. So say like we give them a target and just an ifrit, that'll do. So we'll take the fuel out. Now they have a target. Actually, do they? Maybe they can't see it. I'm gonna make a little change here. So I'll put the target like up here, and I'll let it drive for a second, just so the enemy like lock onto it and the engine's on and everything. All right, get the fuel out. This is our target right there. These guys see it. Look at them all. They're all looking at it. So if I just go numpad 6, look at that. How cool is that? Like they don't normally engage, they don't normally shoot at like armored vehicles. But with this change to suppressive fire, look at that. How cool is that? I'm just gonna accelerate time a second, skip time 5 maybe, just to change the lighting. Yeah, okay, there we go. Yeah, so they see a target, and they wouldn't normally shoot at it because they don't like shooting at armor, but with our new suppressive fire, look at that, numpad 6. If you're Zeus, numpad 6. When you get this update. How awesome is that? So yeah, that's some changes to suppressive fire, like Zeus suppressive fire. Very cool changes. So that is this one right here. Just to allow them just to shoot. These are some fun ones actually. Like, these are some fun ones just to demonstrate. So we'll go explosion effects now. I have to look at the script first, just to make sure it's gonna function as expected. Okay, cool. It's gonna work. So our demonstration's gonna work. So let's despawn all these AI. Despawn everything. I will run over to, where's my test building? Right here. My favorite little test spot. So this is another like, I don't know if people are gonna like this or not. I like it. And if people trust what I like, then maybe they'll appreciate this. Get the fuel out. Skill. Let's put it down to like down a bit. Just down a bit. Alright. What are we wearing? So we got combat goggles, regular kit. Yeah, okay, so this is, you'd call this like explosion effects. There's no other better way to describe it. So what this is like explosions can knock the player down. Yeah, so let's see. Let's piss this guy off. So I got hit, and I guess some shrapnel hit me. It put me on the ground, like, so I got hit, and I fell over. That's what it is. That's what it is. I gotta do something here to allow us to get knocked over again, because I put like a limit so you can't just keep getting knocked over. So there's like a time delay between like when you get knocked over. So yeah, so you're just running along. You're just running along. Come on, there he is. And I got absolutely hit hard. But I'm not dead. So I'm still up. So you think you're like dead, but in fact you've just gone to ground. And he doesn't keep shooting because now you're on the ground, so it's like you very quickly took cover. So I'm gonna go back and do this again. Execute this. So yeah, that's basically it. I got knocked down. There's some. This time I got injured pretty bad. But yeah, so this makes like GMGs and like these things a lot more powerful because they're not just like I'll set damage. They're not just how do you call it? They don't just do damage, but they actually can stagger you and knock you over, which is pretty novel. I think it's really cool. I don't think anyone else is doing this at the moment. Okay, so that one didn't knock me over. There's some like, not every time it's gonna knock you over. Yeah, so it's not gonna knock you over every time. But yeah, so that's what it is. How cool is that? And then there's also some, oh, I'm hit bad here too. There's some other changes as well. Not changes, but like, yeah, there's, I see your tasteless, I see your comment there. And what I'm doing here in the dev terminal, when I open this, there's like a variable here that tracks how long since you've been stunned. And I have hard-coded like a minimum time, so like say you get stunned, you won't get stunned for a period of time after, just to prevent that stun locking. Yeah, I made sure to do that. So we'll do it once more just for fun. Ooh, that got hit hard. Part of this thing was like making the fall look natural. That's like extremely novel approach. So it took a bit of work to make the fall look natural so that like you fall over while you're running, sort of thing. So how can I... Ooh, so he missed me that time. He got me like, sort of, but then he missed, so I didn't get, he just grazed me, and there was stuff in the way. So what this system checks is, whether like your center of mass, like your center of gravity, is in like line of sight to a heavy explosion nearby. Like say say you're like this right here. Say you're like this. How do I do it? Like this. And the grenade lands like up here. So if the grenade were to hit here, and you're like this, so you're like your center of gravity is like behind the wall. So it's actually not gonna push you over. So it's not gonna push us over like this. So it's only when you're caught out and you're exposed. And it's also like if you're crouched and like just creeping along. If you're crouched and just like hanging out like this. Oh, okay, that's different. He actually like killed me that time. we'll have to go back. Okay, that was like a unexpected. Map teleport. Go back to our spot. Say you're just crouched. It's not gonna. It's not gonna knock you over because you're stable, like you're not moving around. I don't know if that makes sense. So like you're low to the ground. See how like I'm stationary and I'm not getting knocked over. So that's part of it. So it only affects you. Yeah, double front flip. So it only affects you and like knocks you over. Yeah, see, I'm fine still because I'm like stable. I'm not running around. That's part of the feature. Just so that it also when you're on the ground, like if you're like this, like prone, you don't get knocked out. So it's really only for people who are running along and who are like exposed and vulnerable. So that's sort of built into the feature as well. It's like if you don't want to get knocked out, don't run around in the open with big explosions beside you. But I think it adds something. I like it. Okay, so I forgot to execute the stun lock variable. I'm surprised like stun locking is even a thing. Like, how do games allow that? See that explosion there? It missed. Like it's further down the hill. So my face, like the character's head, got hit with it, but his center of gravity did not. So he didn't get pushed over. Yeah, increase the sound effects as well. Like you really take like your head ringing sound. What else have we done? Oh yeah, there's some. What do I have to do to test this? It's gonna be hard to test this, but what I've done is the combat goggles. Like, say you don't have any face wear on. So we're gonna have to hope this works properly. So now like my eyes are exposed, right? Like the guy's like his eyes are exposed. So that maybe that means something as well. So say you're running along and your eyes are exposed. Okay, well when you die it doesn't matter, does it? So I gotta go back. Basically, there's like suppression. Some of the suppression mechanic features have been added to explosion suppression. So if you're running along, like your screen will go black, sort of, depending on like how bad a hit you take. But only if like your face is. See, like the screen went black for a second there. That happens if you're not wearing like eye covering. I wanted to do more, but you also have to balance like gameplay and like people hate it if a screen goes black for too long. So yeah, you lose like all visual orientation just briefly if you don't have any like combat faceware on, but if you have like combat goggles on, then when do you get stunned, that you don't fully lose visual awareness. So yeah, that's that. Some like explosion effects, I call it. I think it's very cool. Very cool stuff. One last time. Yeah, that was a hard hit. But it's nice that he doesn't keep shooting at us. Like, we went prone by accident. Like, we inadvertently took cover on the ground. So that'll keep people alive as well. So I think, anyway, it's live. Like, if you hit escape, and down in the bottom right corner, you can see what version of the framework your server is running. So this is the Arma version right here, 2.10, and then this is the framework version, so 1.3.5. And this like knockdown stuff is only in 1.3.5. 1.3.4 did not have it. This is like it's new stuff. More framework stuff, which isn't like mission useful. Actually, how much? Yeah, more framework stuff, which isn't mission useful. Let's show off here. This is just for fun. Like, I've seen a lot of people like in the arsenal box, they find like a blindfold or whatever it is. Like, there's like a blindfold in the arsenal box, and they think it's a joke. Like, so they treat it like a joke. So when I saw that, like right here, where's the blindfold? So when I saw that, I was like that. What's that meme where like, "Am I a joke to you?" or whatever? Am I a joke to you? So I thought, all right, let's actually do something with the blindfold just to get back at them. So when you put the blindfold on, you lose a bit of vision, even with Zeus. So yeah, this is playing with a blindfold. You can sort of see something, like you can see like the line. So this is like a fun little thing. So you can take it off. You have blindfolds in your inventory. Just take it off, like that. And yeah, so this isn't super useful for like invading NX, but this is also a Zeus framework as well. So like, for Zeus missions. Yeah, so maybe in the future there's more related to this. Obviously not too much, because the player would get pretty pissed off if this is forced on them. But yeah, so this is another thing that is only in 1.3.5, was not in previous versions. So it's blindfold and CBRN mask effects. So yeah, blindfold on. And luckily it's easy to take off. There's another one though. See the CBRN? Where are we? So faceware. See, there's like these things up here, the APR, and then also like the respirator. Where's the regulator face piece? Is this it? Regulator face piece? Okay. See how like there's some screen effects and it looks like you're wearing a crappy goggles or whatever. And then like if I look in Zeus, yeah, it even affects Zeus too. So if I go in Zeus, you can see like his face has like a mask on. So that's what this is like the mask. Luckily again it's easy to take off. You just like take it off. Arsenal, faceware. These are more like regulator things. This is a different appearance. See, it's like blackish. Yeah, it's blackish. It's not like the regulator one, and it's got that like squiggle up here. If I put the other one on, faceware, just take them off. That's the regulator, and then if I take it off for a sec and put that was the APR. If I put the regulator on, it's like colored around the edges. Yeah, it's like colored a little bit. So that's the regulator. So I could do this also looking Zeus with this. This is this one. Yeah, so these are like, I don't know what the point is yet, but I enjoyed implementing it. So yeah, the main one I guess there. So yeah, so now when like the players or like the pilots are running around with a blindfold on, that's the real shit. That means they're like this. They're not getting the easy way out. They're like this. Unless they find like a glitch or whatever, which is certainly possible to find a glitch with this sort of thing. Um, so yeah, it's blindfold. Not sure what the point is yet. We'll see. Go back to our thing. Inventory editing. It's sort of a boring one, so I just increased some areas for like. Basically, what was happening was like if you're at the inventory bay right here, that like within, see this little marker dot here? So that's a map marker. So within like 5 meters of here, you could edit your vehicle inventory. But that meant like boxes out here were too far. So I've just extended the range so it like covers. So the range is like 15 meters instead of 5 meters now. That's really all it is. So you can like edit a box without having to move it closer to edit. Yeah, so that's all I did. Increase the range. Players could not mount slat armor. That was just a bug. People couldn't mount slat armor in like 1.3.4 for a couple versions. We added Stratus. Yeah, we added Stratus. I can show that a bit later. We added a custom vehicle service. It basically like replaces like I'll try to show off an example of what I mean. I'll go up like here, somewhere very high. One of the problems with like the vanilla service was that like you could take like a cheetah and park it right beside like a bobcat and you just get unlimited constant ammo. I haven't completely solved that yet. It's obviously like an exploit. I haven't completely solved it yet. But say let's put a bobcat here and let's take our cheetah. So we'll get in. Gunner seat. Just fire off mute that a bit. Fire off a few shots. Just to burn the ammo off a bit. So now, when you go over here to like rearm, at least I think, I'm not even sure what's gonna happen. Okay, so first, you need to turn your engine off. Let's go to the engine off, gunner seat. So what actually happens to our... We're just refueling. So rearming happens last. We're just refueling now. You can see like, alright, now we're rearming. But it like empties out while we're rearming. And see like the rearming shells in the middle there. So it takes a minute to rearm all these shells. It's not perfect, like there's still some work to do. Alright, so we're rearmed now, and then like you can see in the top right, it's gonna take a second just to finish rearming. Like it takes a second to rearm this magazine. So yeah, you pull up beside a bobcat and you can rearm easily enough. But say you just start shooting, like no, that's not gonna happen. Because it takes time to rearm. So you can't just sit beside a bobcat with like your radar on and just like... So I'm looking in the top right now, like that bar up there. So it's taking a second to reload. Yeah. If you want to shoot, you either have to be away from it or your engine's got to be on is the engine will like stop you from being rearmed. So you can like theoretically sit here. You can theoretically sit here with like your engine on. We're just waiting for the rearm in the top right. Yeah, so you can sit here with your engine on and just shoot. I guess you can do this for sure, but your engine's got to be on, so that makes you like more of a target to the enemy. And then when you do want to rearm, we'll go driver, engine off. It just takes a minute, so it's not auto right away. So it sort of weeds out that annoying behavior a little bit. So yeah, the vehicle rearm system, I think it's pretty cool so far. Not perfect, but the goal is to make it look like walk and talk like the vanilla system first before we do anything else with it. Actually, the server's gonna try to restart, so I want to figure out if we can interrupt that. So I'll go into core, then to the restart module down here. If not dynamic and restart enabled, wonder if we can push this out. So it's either not dynamic or it is dynamic. So let's check our parameters. Hopefully it is dynamic. Dynamic restart. Restart dynamic, yes. Okay. So because dynamic restart is enabled, we can actually block it just by setting this variable to false. So we'll come in here and equals false, server execute. There. Now we won't be interrupted by server restart. Okay. So back to our changelog, local base object system. This is hard to show, but basically what that means is like local base object system means that see all these like barriers and stuff here. These only exist on like the player's machine. Flags are different. Like flags are like global, like everyone's got the same flag. But all these like not quite decorative, but like decorative objects. Every player has a copy of them on their computer only. That means the server doesn't have anything. So for the server, like all this area is like a flagpole, an arsenal box, a TV screen, and another flagpole. And what that does is just frees up more resources for a server to do AI and network stuff. Come down. Oh yeah, this is another. These are like easy to show. So this one here, recruitable AI can have their loadout changed. Another easy one to show. One sec. The cup of tea. Okay, AI can have their loadout changed. So go map teleport. Teleport here. So we gotta recruit it first. So we'll create a group. We will recruit him. And then now we want to change his loadout. So let's get him to stop for a sec. And just walk up to him. And it's easy as hitting the arsenal button. Now you can just go in just like anything. Spy, ProMat, go ProMat. Yeah, so this is the AI right here. So we've just changed his loadout with Arsenal. Yeah, that's pretty cool, I think. About time, right? It took long enough for us to put that in. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It only works like near where they spawn. So like if we go like outside of base, like, to our favorite building, if we go out here, oh shoot, I'm like in like that if it is watching us. So if I go out here, like obviously I don't get that arsenal option anymore. So it only sort of works near base, or more correctly near where the unit spawns at. which facilitates like FOB. Like if we spawn recruitable AI at the FOB, that can change the loadout anywhere, or aircraft carrier, or wherever. So yeah, more cool stuff. What else? AI patrol logic. That's just making them patrol a bit better. Flagged as stuck. So yeah, AI like who are under rocks won't stay under rocks. Hopefully. What do we got here? AI tracers. Oh, we've improved the tracers stuff. I guess that's sort of significant. So we'll get to the AO, and we'll show off our tracers. So where should our like? I guess maybe on the island, right? This will be pretty cool. So we'll just like kill the anti-air first, and then infantry. So basically, what we did is just put the tracer system on steroids, basically giving a lot more units tracer mags. We'll see how this works. See if we can get a little like weird firefight going here. Can this upper deck be seen too? Yeah. Okay. Upper deck here. So at some point they should like start shooting at each other, sort of. Move these guys down to the beach. Do I actually have to like control them for a sec? So I'll go in here and like binoculars. There they are. See guys? Right there. There they go. That's all I needed. So I'll bring some enemies like closer around. So I tried to do my best to put like red as like NATO, and then like yellow and green as enemy. Yeah, basically just tracers. But now, like there were a lot that weren't in there configured correctly. But now now there's a lot more tracers. We need more. We need more like guys here for a battle. I'll leave you over here. Oh, nice. Yeah, so you improved the tracers. So you get like little light show at night, and it's just a better system. Oh shoot! Yeah, these our MG Nest is pretty badass. They can really hose, especially with their little suppressive fire stuff. So if I select these guys and hit numpad 6, they should just go crazy. Yeah, how cool is that? Yeah, so to sum it up, like the tracers system and the suppressive fire system have both been like overhauled, and I think it makes it really cool. So we'll do like we'll select these guys and do like numpad 6. So select them, numpad 6. So this squad here should be like a lot more fire, sort of. Not really. How about these guys? Numpad 6 with this squad here. Sort of, I guess. Sort of. Sort of. Not perfect, but better. If I select them all and do all with numpad 6. Now select these guys and do numpad 6. It's unclear what they're shooting at sometimes. What about these guys? Numpad 6 with these ones? This guy's like just shooting. It's like, yeah, hello. I mean, he's trying, right? Isn't he? I'm not quite sure what he's shooting at. He's shooting in the right direction, which is good. So yeah, suppressive fire stuff was worked on. Tracers were worked on. What else do we got here? Yeah, AI suppressive fire tracers. This one's hard to show. Basically, like AI armed ground vehicles can now occasionally provide direct fire support on red smoke. What it is like, say red smoke lands on you. Normally, like that's a signal for like, that's like, that gets these guys going. Like that's a target for the helicopters. But if no helicopters available, it means that like a tank or something, or a boat or anything will attack that red smoke position. So that's all it is. Just like enables fire support for ground vehicles. See if we can get these guys to shoot. Numpad 6. Yeah, I got something. Yeah, so now they're both hosing. That's pretty good. This also isn't their normal armament. Like, when there's low server pop, like I'm the only one on here, these guys don't shoot 50 cals. They shoot like lower caliber weapons, just to rebalance things. See if it works on helicopters. I don't think it does. No, it doesn't. I mean, it did. Like the guy in the side door gunner is like suppressing. Anyway, so what else do we got? Headless client. I can. These ones are hard to show, but they're important nonetheless. So say you're Zeus and you're like spawning in a lot of guys, and you're like, wow, I'm spawning in too much. It's effing the server up. What you can do is offload AI to the server network-wise. You just like you spawn in your group, and then you select them, and you hit shift. You know, like shift F2. If you're like a Zeus or an admin, like shift F2 opens your menu. Shift F3 like syncs new Zeus objects. Now shift F4 will take this group. Shift F4. If you look in the chat here, we're offloading it to the server. So Zeus AI offload. Alpha 2 offloaded to server. True. True means it successfully happened. So now this group is running on the server machine. So if I give them like a down command or a prone command, they won't listen because these are like local. Yes, they won't respond, which means like these local commands don't work on them, which is fine. I did make it so waypoints would work. You give it a waypoint and it says like sending waypoint to remote group. And then there's like a cooldown because it's like network traffic stuff. Yeah. Sending waypoint to remote group. So waypoints are synced over all machines. Yeah, so this, I wonder if I can get them back. So shift F4. I was gonna actually code that in, so I'm gonna actually add that. So to do shift plus F4 on offloaded AI will return them locally. We'll return them to Zeus. That just means like if you want local control of this group again, you just like hit shift F4, but it's not in yet. I gotta do that. What else we got? Yeah, so that's that. We're getting down there now. There's a lot of other cool stuff. It's just hard to show. Like it's all like internal code stuff. Now we're going back a bit. Radio tower. I mean, we've sort of, yes, now we're back down to the Zeus offload stuff. Obviously string table is done. Yeah. So what else can we show visually here? Dynamic simulation works a lot better. That's like so we hit our home button, options, all these damn options. Yeah, the hit markers, like the server, like if we go to our server config file, you can actually like where hit marker audio, if you want to disable it and prevent people from using it, you just set like this to 0. If it's on 1, it's not forcing the player to use it because they can just turn it off. Just go like that. Suppression effects for the epileptic or whatever. Yeah, the dynamic simulation, so that works a lot better. The main issue before was like, say we're like, the issue with dynamic simulation prior was that like, say we're here, say we put like, where's a marker? We'll go with a dot. Say there's an enemy vehicle here. We'll go right instead. So say this is an enemy vehicle. If it's out here, dynamic simulation would like stop rendering this vehicle up here. Like players here, dynamic simulation would say, alright, we don't need you to render this vehicle because it's way out here. But when you stop rendering the vehicle, you stop receiving updates on its position. So this vehicle, if it's like a reinforcement vehicle or something, you'd move all the way down right up to the player, and their machine would think it's still up here, which causes problems, and it wouldn't actually let you know until it like starts shooting at you. So yeah, that was a problem, a big problem. So in a recent update, specifically 1.3.3, we overhauled the dynamic simulation. So now that with the overhaul, it still doesn't send a position, but we have like an external system, like an external data structure in which the server like sends the position to you. So like your machine won't render anything because the vehicle's out here. But every like, say this vehicle moves like half a kilometer. Okay, now the server will say, hey, this vehicle has moved. Hey everybody, this vehicle has moved. Here's the new position. And so the player's machine will temporarily wake up this object and put it like in its new position. So it'll render it briefly, just to like update everything, and then it'll stop rendering it. So yeah, that made the dynamic simulation much better, I think. What else? What else can we show? It's some like I do want to show like how easy it is to run a different terrain. So we're gonna do that now. We're gonna exit. This is like meta stuff. Like we're just gonna head back to our desktop. So we're here. Let's shut the server down. Go into MP missions. I guess we can just leave the Tanoa version there. We're gonna go into the editor. Actually, we just have to shut Arma down completely. That's what, because we have to start up with mods. So we're gonna start up with some mods. So DLC action here. Which one? We'll go Western Sahara. I'm not I don't know. We'll just go Western Sahara just because. So, what do we have to do? We have to. We'll just launch it and see what happens. So what we're doing here is just showing how easy it is to like run this framework in a different different terrain. I'm not sure why. It's just why not, right? Why not? So we'll see if it. I really hope this works easily. The editor, Sefru Ramal, like the desert terrain. I really like this terrain. It's not useful for a lot of missions because of all the flat space and like there's no point in spawning enemy on like desert dunes. Like no one's gonna be out in the dunes. So yeah, I'm not sure how to use the terrain best yet. So we'll go into our. Let's close this for a sec. Go into our missions folder. I'll just delete that for a sec. Go into our missions folder. What do I want to do? 135.tanoa. We'll change it to like Sefru Ramal. I think that's how you spell it. We've got SQM, Western Sahara, Sefru Ramal. Grab this one. Copy. Delete the Tanoa one. Paste our new one. Open Sefru Ramal. And yeah, so all our like map markers are here and everything. Everything we need is here. I don't know why I put these guys here. Whatever. So we'll go export 135. Now we gotta configure our server. MP missions. Yeah, we have our mission there. Sefrurumal.pbo. Server setup. Server.cfg. Go to. We'll actually create another. Create another in here. So we'll go Sefru Ramal. Add this one to our whitelist. And now enable this Sefru Ramal. Server run. So we're launching the server on this desert terrain. Server's up. Close the editor. Direct connect. Oops, what's this? So what's it doing? I hope I haven't like screwed anything. I actually wonder about some things. We'll see. So why did that not load? Ah, creating. So there's something going on here with the server. Okay. No entry, CFG worlds, ephemeral. Okay. What to do? CFG worlds. Bin config, CFG worlds. Actually, I think when I packed it up, I had to do something else. I had to like save it or something. I'll just delete that for a sec. Back in here. So when I opened it, I think I just had to save it. Like I just had to go like save. And then just for good measure we'll play it just to make sure it works. I hope this works. Or else I know I have a lot more work to do to get DLC terrains going. Yeah, okay, so we're out in the desert by a little pond right here with a bunch of our friends. That worked out. Now with this one, now we'll go export. MP missions. I wonder if it's our batch file. Server, like if we have like a world defined in our batch file. Nope, never mind. So it's not our batch file. Server CFG, Sepher Mul, got that. We'll see if it runs. We'll just see if it runs. That's a bit strange that it didn't work before. I'm pretty sure it was just that I had to save it in the editor first. Nope. I actually don't know why it's doing that. Bin config CFG worlds Sepher. I don't know, guys. I don't know. It's actually a super pain in the ass. Yeah, so you can see there's like work to do. I actually have no idea why that's happening. I don't want to end on that though. So there is a bit of scripting we're gonna do. We're gonna do it live on the server too. So first we will just get rid of this one, this failed attempt. We're gonna go back just onto Tanoa. So we're gonna go onto Tanoa here. And what the feature is, or what we're gonna be working on, is one little thing I don't like. It's like a little, this is a small thing that we're gonna work on. We'll make sure the server's up properly, of course, it just works. We have to exit this though, because we're running with a mod. We don't want to do that. We want to run without a mod. So we're actually going to close all that for a sec, just to start this thing working. So we got to relaunch without DLC. Yeah, I'll get to the bottom of that. Figure out why it didn't work. Unfortunately, it didn't work. What can we do though? So what we're gonna try to do is when you're carrying a wounded guy, and you release him, I can't stand that like animation that happens. So I want to work on like releasing wounded guys in a non-crappy way when you're carrying them. So that's what we're gonna do. I think we just have to start the server. Just run, just run. I guess I can get rid of this. Yeah, get rid of that. Yeah, here's the bit where like if you're wearing combat goggles, the effect of like explosions going off nearby is less if your head is and face are affected. Servers direct. So I'll hop in here. Okay. Where's my favorite spot? Right here, this house. What time is it? It's in game. I can't actually see. Okay. I have to like, I don't want it to get dark, so we'll go skip time 14. Should be good. There we go. Okay. So if I'll take this guy. See if we can we offload him right now? So we're offloading this guy here to the server. And we'll try to put him down. So does this work? Oh, I can't actually like set him unconscious. Big pain. I'll have to do it manually, so mission namespace, set variable, test unit, propagate, US test unit, set unconscious, true, server execute. Okay, now he's down. The crappy thing is like when you're carrying a guy, like the pickup is nice. I like this pickup now. It's like no janky animations, but when you release them, we have to go through all this crap. And like I don't like it. And yeah, I just don't like that little sequence there. We'll see if we can like, does it work twice in a row? Yeah, so you're carrying a guy, easy peasy. And then now we're fucking around in the animation sets. So yeah, I don't like that. And why is he laying like this now? As long as I can keep doing this, I'm happy. Yeah, look at that. I just cannot stand that. So we're going to try to change that. So we have the release function here. We're just gonna save a copy, like an untouched copy. We'll just save it down below, hey? So, good copy of the function stays there. This is our testing copy. We'll get rid of all our comments. Get rid of our comments. We'll find the spot where the carry is. I think it's like here. Carried down. Yeah, so this is our carried release section. What's this section? This is other stuff, huh? This is our carried release thing. I do not like it. So what I want is, what do we want? What do we want? We want so when we release him, in my opinion, he should just go to ground. Just like when you release a dragged guy, that's it. And no 5-second animation lock. So where's our drags? When you release a drag guy, you know, that's nice. He's there. And there's no jankiness. It just works. So that's what we were going to do. So where's our drag section? Is this it? Grab, still, release, switch move. Yeah, okay. So we're going to take this. I don't like this. I don't like this medical. This is like old medical code from a time before. It just works though, so we don't change things that work without good reason. as a rule. So what bit do we want? We want... Actually, how did that even work? I don't even think I'm able to make changes here. This might be the end of the stream. If I look at something and I see it as not how I want it, then we may end it. Client interact. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna work on this next. Actually, yeah, this one. Okay. Oops. Yeah, we're gonna work on this next time. Basically, what I want to do. Actually, we can still do the code. We won't be able to see the results though. So we're working blind now. We won't be able to see what happens. 8 unit getter. So detach, player plays crappy animation, and then we set the player down, or we set the unit down. So what I want is something simpler. We're gonna go take this bit. We're gonna go player. What should we do? We should do switch move, player, and then empty. Remote exec. QS remote exec cmd 0 false. This is for the player, and then for the unit, we're gonna do something simple as well. Switch move unit line 02. And now we're going to unit. We need to get it like a position just in front of the player, like just right in front of the player, but like not on the ground. I want to go like release pause equals player. How do we do this? What is the way? I'm having like a brain blank here. So I need to get this the position right in front of the player. So, but I want to get the center of the player's model. So, player model to world. Model to world. Is this the correct syntax? Model to world. Yeah. 0, 0, 0. Model to world. World, just for like ASL position. Release pause. Player model to world 0, 0, 0. 0 XY in front, so I want to do like 0.5 for that. Maybe 1. Maybe 1. Let's go 1, release pause. Is this correct? Check down here. Detach unit. Release pause. Is incapacitated. Unit that's there. So release pause unit. Set pause ASL. Release pause. Yeah, okay. So this should put the so it detaches. It puts us back into like upright stance. The subject who's being carried gets put into the this stance, We're gonna go like set dir. I want a little set dir in here. The unit switch move. Da da da. That's that. I shouldn't even have to do this bit, but we're just doing it anyways. We'll just do it anyways. Unit set pause ASL release pause. Just gonna private this, so private release pause equals that. Player model toward world. Get rid of this one. Duplicate. I guess we will test it now. I guess we will test it now. Just double checking what we got here. So just basically cutting all this. I want to set their direction to like 90 degrees. So they're like sideways. So unit switch move. Set pause ASL release pause. This is gonna be delayed. This is like a delay right here. Maybe we'll splash out and do a remote exec call. I don't normally do that because it's binding for the whole server. But sure, we're gonna do it for players only. Actually, no, we better just keep it simple. So yeah, we'll do that. I can optimize this actually. Like I can do better. It's just not now, I don't think. Line rifle 2. So what we have to do is just rotate the unit. But I want to do it in here, but we can't do it in there. So we won't rotate him yet. We're just gonna leave him as he is. And then I'll rotate him next time. So let's actually test this out. This is gonna take a second. I messed something up last time. I set this mission up. We'll drop the server. Delete this. Come on, don't do this to me. It's doing it to me again. This is one of the worst things about Arma scripting. Is you can't release the mission until you close Arma. It's terrible. Alright, so what I didn't do before was comment out because I want to overwrite this function. I want to be able to do my own stuff. There's so many functions in this mission. It's crazy. Look at this. Line 83 is where the function list starts. Yeah, how about that? Line 587, so 504. 504 defined functions here. Yeah. We'll open up Tanoa. Open up our mission. Just save it. Export it. Missions, server. Run our server. What else did I put down here? To do improve, carry, put down sequence. That's what we're working on right now. Hopefully it's easy. I'm still thinking about the best way to rotate the the unit. So yeah, because you can't just do like unit set dir 90 or whatever, because set dir is not a globally propagated function. So it doesn't have a network push component, meaning if the unit is like another player, that nothing will happen. So yeah, say Livy. Do skip time 14 again. Okay, that's better. So we'll take our units, ammo bearer. We'll offload them. That's actually quite handy now, for even just for dev, is being able to offload units to server real easy. So he's on the server. We gotta define him as a test unit. Cursor object. Oops. Mission namespace set variable. Yes, test unit. Cursor object true. Yes, test unit set unconscious true. Server. And he goes. Okay, now we're going to take our release function, actually compile it. This is our changed one. Now we'll pick our guy up. Carrying, and have our release and what happens. Just like that, huh? I'm not sure that that's perfect. I'm not sold on what I just saw there. I mean, it is what it is, huh? Imagine we could like, I mean, that's alright. XYZ, so what about like 0.5 release pause? Set pause, or is it, so I go like set pause world. Set pause world. Recompile. Take our function. Recompile that. Test out carry. Nah, he's still going straight to the ground. I don't like that. I don't like that. I think what we have to do I mean, just going straight to the ground. I wonder if it's even reading. Like, I mean, it is reading because we've changed it. One, we got two in front. Player, model to world, release pause, detach, set pause world there. Maybe we just switch this down to here. Just change the position. So we'll just move everything below and do the set pause world above the unit. Set pause world. We might not even need this release pause variable. Get rid of that. Basically, what I want is like what happens with the ammo boxes, like this is what I want. So I go carry. So we carry, and then like release, and then down. That's what I want. Same thing with units here. So I'll compile this. Carry. And now what happens? You just go straight to the ground. It must be that animation crap. This animation thing must set him to the ground. I mean, I can do. I'm not gonna put this in because it's like 3 remote execs in the same. Like this is not performance friendly right here. Remote execution call, remote execution. Plus 90. We'll just see how it looks though. So I might need just a separate function for this. I mean, that's better. He's like sideways now, which is good. I mean, it's actually get dir player. Get dir player plus 90. That's what we want. Try this now. Ah, busy. Release some. Now we'll see what happens. Should be alright. So just release. Look how far in front he is. Jesus. Plus 1. Carry this guy. How do we look right here? There we go. I mean, that's better. Better. But it's not perfect. I'm not sure why he's going straight to the ground. I think it's an animation thing. Switch move, lie injured. Maybe I'll just do it again. Just like that. I thought the 000 is like the center of the player model, not like at the feet. So maybe I'm just mistaken. So just release. No, just go straight down. Maybe let's do like unit spawn. UI sleep 0.1. And then just go this. We'll see what happens here. I suspect this time will look better. But the method in the script is not perfect. No, it's still a bit janky. Okay, something else is going on. We're gonna adjust this. Get rid of this. Detach. Switch move. I do like the idea of switching first though. And then set pause world. I think it is. So we'll just set the Z axis. See what happens. I shouldn't have to because I think the center of the player model is not the ground, but we'll see, huh? So just release. There we go. So that was it. Okay. Now we'll fine tune the height. So 0.75. Part like in the back of my mind is like here I'll show you. Where's our things? Humanitarian. That's not it. Medical. Stretcher. Where's our stretcher? Right here. This is our stretcher. Okay. That's our stretcher. You see where I'm going with this, huh? That's why I want him to like be released in midair. Like that. But maybe that's not the right animation. It's the one we got though, isn't it? Okay. So, carry. But you see where I'm going with this now? So in front of like a stretcher or whatever. Like that. So yeah, that's the plan. Oops. Now he's under the stretcher. I wonder if there's any benefit to like attaching to a stretcher. I don't think so. But yeah, this is my plan. It's just like being able to oops. So release the guy. Just check if he's local to us or not. It's like system chat stir local object. False. Good. That means we are subject to network traffic here, which is good. Or network commands. Okay. But this is what I want. Like, that's what I want right there. I don't necessarily think that's the best animation for it, but it's not a bad start either. So we sort of have what we want already. What we have to do is change this, because it's not performance friendly at all. 3 remote function calls at the same time. Try to find a remote execution. What did we do before? We used to do something before. Okay, so this is our carry down. So case 8 in remote exec. We'll go functions, go down to remote exec. There's so many like hidden functions in our remote execution here. Look at this. Look at all these function calls here. This is ridiculous. These are all different functions right here. Anyways, so go number 8. Case 8. Here we go. So if release is equal to case 8, I'm not going to. Actually, this is specifically the release carry one. Interesting. So there's actually a direction, but it's switch move, isn't it? I have to copy this for a sec. Oops. So carry 3. Some of these are quite old. Back from like experimental phase. But, you know, we don't touch anything if it's not broken. So what we want to do, that's what we're looking at in that function. So I want to do like 8 T. T is like the target. Unit direction is like 90. Getter player plus 90. Animation. This one, I like this bit of code here. I'm gonna keep this. We'll keep this here. Getter player plus 90. Keep that bit there. Animation. T switch move. Dir if local. Okay. This is actually good. I'm happy with this. So the existing function was capable of doing what we want. But what else do we need to do? We also need to set our own stuff. So release carry. Actually, I hope the box isn't using that as well. So are the boxes using number 8? No. Boxes are using something else. Strange. Okay. So that's good. Boxes are using something else. So we also need to add, what do we need to add? We need to add provision for this one. So, I guess it's always going to be the same, hey? Medical carry release. Let's go player, and then this is like, remember this is a blurb from our other thing. So we got params. You don't have to know what I'm doing here, it's just happening. Entity 1. dir anim entity 2 anim 2. So that just happened. Okay. Set this as object null, animation 2, like that, just in case we don't define it. So params entity 1. So this turns into entity 1. Anim2, anim1. Change anim to anim1. If not is null, entity 2, then entity 2 switch move anim2, entity 2, and then we'll go remote exec, remote exec 0, false. I'm just looking at this, we can get rid of this. dir 1, we can get rid of that as well. Let's change it there. These two don't need to be anymore. So case 8 is equal to 8, unit, direction, animation, entity 2, animation 2. Okay, so we'll put this back in its new state. Get rid of this. Delete it from here. And now, I'm not sure about getting rid of this yet, but we can easily put it back. So player switch. That's gonna duplicate it. I don't want to duplicate it, but I also want it to like player switch me like that. What I want is for if not local entity 2, then just for like other machines to propagate, but that locally the player will get it right away. And should this call? Should it call? I don't want to call it. Okay, I'm happy with that. I am happy with that. But we also have some network propagations here that we can like this one can just go whatever, who cares. I can actually remove Probably regret that, but whatever. Okay, animation in there. This is our new system right here. Unit set pause world. Interesting. I think this is fine though. This is fine. Unit set pause world. I wonder if we just add another argument here. Okay. That'll add some delay though. So what should we do? I think we should just load it into this function. So we'll come back here. If local, then set dir. Should be set pause, and then default value. If set pause is not equal to, then and we'll make it is it set pause ASL or set pause world? To set pause world. So entity 1 set pause world set pause. Come back here and just chuck in this value here. Okay, that gets rid of that. Unit set variable interacting. I'm gonna offload this as well to our function local entity 1. This is the wounded guy. This is happening on the wounded guy's machine. This is happening on everybody's machine. And then this is happening on everybody's machine except for the carrier's one. So yeah, that's that. This is stupid. I don't like this at all. There's some old bad code in here, but whatever. So release carrier. Okay, I think we're done. We can't actually test that bit. It's just the way it goes. But yeah, this is what we're going to change it to. So we're getting rid of the put down animation. I don't like it. It's too janky. So now you just go release, and it drops them. And then we'll do something with like medical beds, so like stretchers. So like if you drop them at a stretcher with like while you're looking at a stretcher or something, that you'll put them on it properly, and that's the way to go. That's my plan at least, is to maybe we'll like, yeah, I don't know what we'll do. We'll do something. I mean, that's not bad anyways. Like, it's just not that bad. And it's not like, or release some, get like an ambulance. Civilian cars, van ambulance. Oops. Carry this guy. I mean, like, you know, the system's pretty good. Like, there's a lot of things that do just work. So we loaded him into an ambulance. He should be in the bed. Yeah. Medical guys. Yeah, that's scripted too, because like they want to sit here first, and it's like, why is the wounded guy sitting here when he should be here? Unload. Martinez unloaded. Negative. Unload incapacitated. Yeah. I should get rid of that action, where like gives me the unload option but doesn't do anything. Unload incapacitated. Works fine. Anyway, I think that's it for tonight, guys. We've done a fair bit. We've covered quite a lot of ground, and it's just to return to the return to live streams, I guess. See what happens. Oops. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna call it here. Good night, guys.